Hey there, it's CJ Willie, and today is Independence Day. Happy 4th of July to everyone out there on America's birthday. Got a special video for you today. Rather than cracking open just a single pack, I'm going to be cracking this entire bundle of Core Set 2020. As a collector, I've been able to open every fat pack or bundle from when I started playing Magic the Gathering, beginning with Return to Ravnica, all the way through the current set today, Strixhaven. I've only got a handful left that I haven't been able to open, and Core Set 2020 is one of them. So let's get to cracking this Core Set 2020 bundle and the packs inside. Okay, we'll take a look at the little box that comes with it. Not very useful, but I do mail things through the post office with it. Before we take a look at the goodies inside the bundle, let's take a look at the art. Push this out of the way. Starting with Core Set 2020, they didn't include the player's guide, so you get kind of this odd MTG story photo. We'll put that up there for a second. And then I'll do this really slowly so I don't tear any of the art. Take a look at the inside. So instead of it being horizontal, it's more of a vertical viewpoint. Planeswalker symbol with Chandra in the middle, some blue lightning and water, interesting, and Chandra breaking through it with her orange fire. Core Set 2020 and the Planeswalker symbol. And then the outside cover art that we saw. What's included? Alternate art premium foil of Chandra's Regulator, and then the 10 booster packs, the card box, the special oversized die. So this is the first time that the D20 was oversized. And then 20 premium foil and 20 regular basic lands. I like that they reduced the number of lands in the bundles. Then we have the cool box with the Chandra-like theme with the red bursting up to the black. Look inside the bundle. Move the top out of the way. Got a Planeswalker tip card, attacking and blocking, Planeswalker loyalty, and then the regular 20 basic lands, the bundle promo art of Chandra's Regulator, and then the foil lands are behind that. Another card, Discover the Magic. Oh look, it's the same photo. I like this oversized spin down die. M20 symbol, kind of grayish charcoal black. It's a cool looking die. See if I'll get my lucky 7. Nope, got a 12. All right, move that out of the way. Let's go ahead and move the card and Chandra's art out of the way. We've got the 10 booster packs. Move those up kind of off to the side. Okay, we'll start with Sorin. Hopefully I'll get a Planeswalker out of these packs. Go slow to begin with. Feral Abomination, Disenchant, Mind Rot, one of my favorite limited cards to play, Battalion Foot Soldier, Reckless Airstrike, Convolute. I like my blue, and I like to counter. Griffin Sentinel, Forest Crab, Centaur Courser, Fire Elemental, now into the uncommon, Scuttlemutt. Season of Growth, great enchantment. Works really well in a mono green creature-based deck. Got an uncommon Chandra's Novice Pyromancer. In War of the Spark, there was a whole bunch of Planeswalker cards that you could get at uncommon and rare. M20, there was a Chandra Planeswalker card printed at uncommon, rare, and then mythic rare. And then our rare is Voracious Hydra. That's a pretty good card. Hydra at 0/1 has trample. Voracious Hydra enters the battlefield with X +1/+1 counters on it. When Voracious Hydra enters the battlefield, choose one. Double the number of +1/+1 counters on Voracious Hydra. Voracious Hydra fights target creature you don't control. This is one of my favorite Hydras. Pretty versatile. And if I remember correctly, it's got some value to it. A plains and then a demon creature token. So I'll line my cards up here. My tokens, my rares, uncommons, and then commons. All right. Mu Yanling, I think is her name. Always got to have some sort of land destruction card at 4 mana in red. Not a fan of land destruction. The elemental deck in red and green was a pretty strong deck in draft. Octoprophet, kind of an underrated card. Okay, to the uncommons. And as typical in core sets, you have these cards that hose an opposing color. So there's a cycle of cards. In this case, this is a white creature that has protection from black. The red one that hoses white or blue. Mystic Forge. For 4 generic mana, it's an artifact. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. You may cast the top card of your library. If it's an artifact card or a colorless non-land card, you can tap it, pay a life, exile the top card of your library. I don't know if this sees any play. I'm not even sure if it has any value. And then the other thing in the core set 2020 is, aside from basic lands, you could also get the dual colored gain lands. So the lands that enter the battlefield tap, you gain a life. Okay. Johnny, are you gonna bring me a Planeswalker? Hope so. Passivism, another limited staple. Alright, into the uncommons. Gruesome Scourger. Diamond Knight. This is a pretty fun card to play in limited. Based upon the color of the spell you chose, whenever you cast a spell of that color, you get +1/+1 counter on Diamond Knight. Air Elemental, another classic core set card. And Brought Back. 2 white mana, instant, choose up to 2 target permanent cards in your graveyard that were put there from the battlefield this turn, return them to the battlefield tapped. Fun card to return hopefully 2 powerful permanents back to the battlefield. And then a Blossoming Sands and another zombie creature token. Okay. Alright, Sworn, let's give this a good rare. So far, nothing too valuable from the rare slot. And commons. Bright Beetle. Chandra's Spitfire. Yarik's Wave Crasher. An elemental, but not a very strong one in the elemental deck. And Icon of Ancestry. So another artifact. 3 generic mana artifact. As Icon of Ancestry enters the battlefield, choose a creature type. Creatures you control of the chosen type get +1/+1. You can pay 3 generic mana, tap it, look at the top 3 cards of your library. You may reveal a creature card of the chosen type from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. Pretty strong card if you're playing tribal deck, and tribal decks are some of my favorite decks to play. I have vampire decks, zombie deck, werewolf deck, human deck, you name it. Tribal seems to be one of the things I like to play quite a bit. All right, Mu Yanling, let's get some good cards. Active Trees and another classic limited all-star. I think that used to be uncommon, was downshifted. Ferocious Pup, strong card in green, great sacrifice fodder. Okay, uncommons. Salvager of Ruin, Moldervine Reclamation, Loaming Shaman, and Bishop of Wings. It's a pretty cool card. Got a couple of white rares with converted mana cost of 2 white. This one is Bishop of Wings, 2 white, Human Cleric at 1/4. Whenever an angel enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 4 life. Whenever an angel you control dies, create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. Speaking of tribal decks, I have a semi-tribal deck. It's mainly angels with a few humans in it. Bishop of Wings, I have 2 copies in that deck. Looks like I'll need to add a 3rd copy. Raise the Alarm, great token generator. Thought Distortion. Uncaged Fury. Pulse of Marasa. And Drakuseth, Maw of Flames. 7 mana, 4 generic, 3 red, legendary dragon at 7/7. As flying, whenever Drakuseth Maw of Flames attacks, it deals 4 damage to any target and 3 damage to each of up to 2 other targets. I've been thinking about putting together a stompy red deck with dragons on the top end of the curve. I think Drakuseth would make it into the deck. I think I butchered the name. Not sure how it's pronounced. All right, another Ajani. Come on, Ajani. Help us out here. Befuddle. Seen some of these cards before. All right, Manifold Key. Looks like got a foil, probably basic land. Moldervine Reclamation, Ironroot Warlord, and Legion's End. For 2 mana, 1 and a black, sorcery, exile target creature an opponent controls with converted mana cost 2 or less, and all other creatures that player controls with the same name as that creature. Then that player reveals their hand and exiles all cards with that name from their hand and graveyard. Could hose over some token decks. And Wind Scarred Crag. Foil Swamp. It's kind of a cool foil. Put that maybe up at the top there. Okay, just 3 more packs to go. Still looking for a Mythic. Come on, let's pull a powerful Mythic. Okay, Rule of Law. Brightborn Cutthroat. I play 4 of these in a flash deck. Pretty powerful Simic deck. Was strong in standard, and I've carried it into a Pioneer and added a couple other cards to make it a little bit stronger. Ember Holler, and alright, got a Mythic, and it's a Planeswalker. Chandra, Awakened Inferno. 6 mana, 4 generic, 2 red. This spell can't be countered. +2 ability, each opponent gets an emblem with, at the beginning of your upkeep, this emblem deals 1 damage to you. -3, Chandra Awakened Inferno deals 3 damage to each non-elemental creature. And -X, Chandra Awakened Inferno deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker. If a permanent dealt damage this way would die this turn, exile it instead. I could see this going to the back end of a powerful red deck. Pretty happy to get a Mythic. Chandra, and then a Forest, and a Elemental token. All right, 2 packs to go. Risen Reef. That was the backbone to the Elemental deck. This little uncommon did a ton of work and was so annoying to play against. Ancestral Blade, Howling Giant, and Agent of Treachery. I think I goofed saying that. Agent of Treachery. This is one of my favorite blue rares out of the set. 7 mana, 5 generic, 2 blue, human rogue at 2/3. When Agent of Treachery enters the battlefield, gain control of target permanent. You get it permanently, whether Agent of Treachery stays or leaves or whatever. At the beginning of your end step, if you control 3 or more permanents you don't own, draw 3 cards. I love drawing cards. Oh, Agent of Treachery, such a strong rare. Okay, last pack. You're gonna get something great, some last pack magic, if you will. All right, start off with hardcover. Pulse of Marasa. Unchained Berserker, looks like it's a green rare, be something great. It's a Leyline. Leyline of Abundance. 4 mana, 2 generic, 2 green, enchantment. If Leyline of Abundance is in your opening hand, you may begin the game with it on the battlefield. Whenever you tap a creature for mana, add an additional forest. 8 mana, 6 generic, 2 green, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. In Standard, I love playing this in mono green Stompy deck I had. If I could get it out on the battlefield to begin the game, I was mana ramping into big creatures really fast. And then an island and a golem token. Well, there's my 2020 bundle, opened today on America's birthday. I had a lot of fun. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did like it, please subscribe and share. Until next time, when I'm back to crack some more Magic the Gathering.